Twisters is now out playing in theaters, and this summer is turning into a Glenn Powell renaissance of sorts, with the Netflix phenomenon Hitman doing very well, and now the definitive summer blockbuster of 2024, Twisters. If we're being honest, the real big success of the summer would probably be next week's Deadpool and Wolverine, but in terms of capturing that summer blockbuster feel and vibe, this one has all the elements of a Jaws or a Jurassic Park or a Top Gun 2, because it's awesome. I like the first film well enough, but this one, it's better on nearly all levels. A high-octane time at the movies that captures the Oklahoma State so well. I've never actually personally been there, but like, the vibe here is unmatched. It's so much fun. Glenn Powell and Daisy Edgar Jones are an incredible pairing, and their chemistry together is electric. Obviously, I didn't know anything about these characters going in because they're original characters for this film, but by the end, you really care about these guys and their goals and their motivations, and it's just awesome. The visuals are stunning. The sound design, jaw-dropping. If you see this movie in IMAX, I am kind of jealous of you, because the sound design in IMAX is revolutionary, and this film will probably be terrifying, if I'm being honest, because of all the tornado mayhem, I guess. And I love how this movie never takes itself too seriously, allowing the audience to just go ahead with the silliness. Glenn Powell is so charismatic and charming and funny, and just a perfect representation of what a real movie star should look like in 2024. A lovable group of characters, and one of my biggest problems with the first film is that I didn't really find Bill, the protagonist, to be all that interesting or even likable. I have a whole letterbox review on that because I didn't really like his character at all. But this one has a lovable group of characters on a third act that's just bonkers and so much fun. This is one to definitely see in theaters. And just like what I felt about the first one, I think it's a bit too long and a bit too stretched out. The runtime for this one is not nearly as annoying as the first one, even with it being a bit longer, crossing 2 hours. It can still be a bit tedious to get through a bit of the second act at times, and I don't know, it's just, you gotta shorten these movies. If they make a third one, I wonder what the name will be, though. That is one of my biggest curiosities with this franchise. Still, anxiety-inducing, super entertaining. There are so many cool action sequences in quotations, because if you really want to call them action, it's not punching people, but like, it is still action inherently, and they're really interesting. They actually use science, like real science discoveries, to make this movie more realistic, the tornado attacks more realistic, and apply them more and more to the real world. Daisy's Kate, the character, the protagonist, she is such an engaging and intriguing story that starts off with the first 20 minutes or so. And the Glenn Powell plays a rowdy influencer named Tyler Owens, and he is so much fun. Also, there's a sort of a plot twist in this movie, which I found to be really well set up. Does that make any sense? You know what I mean. Twisters is the big dumb surprise of the summer so far. I say dumb because it doesn't take itself too seriously. It is a bit of a silly story. Tornadoes, tracking tornadoes, wrangling tornadoes, fighting tornadoes. It's a bit silly, but it takes itself just the right amount of seriousness without actually being all that, oh my god, this is such a big threat, oh my god. It's so much fun. It's such a blast from start to finish, and one to really check out in theaters. I love this thing.